You're listening to Rodney Rogers Outdoors Radio, where we turn it upside down and look at the outside from the inside out. It's safe, it's legal, and we're having a blast. So put your shoes on, my friend, because we're going outdoors.
Welcome to Rodney Rogers Outdoors. I am Rodney Rogers. That right there.
Say it like you mean it, Rodney.
My partner, Coach Easy Crime, Mike the man himself. Coy, how are you, brother?
I'm good.
Dude, you've got this.
I'm good.
You've got this. What you got?
I'm good.
You're good?
I'm good.
What?
Oh, good.
Oh, right on, man.
I missed you.
I missed you, brother. It's a whole week without you. Yeah. I don't know if I can do it.
You doing all right?
I'm doing well, man.
Yeah.
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
How about you?
What's on your mind these days?
You know what, man? Here's the deal. I feel like, even though I don't have a minute to myself, I feel like I'm not getting outside enough. Is that strange?
No, understandable.
I feel like I'm letting
not
some people down. I feel like there's some information I'm not giving. And one is I have so much video on my phone that I have to edit and spit out that it would seem like that's what it is.
That's a tough one, yeah.
Is I'm not putting it out there right away. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The fishing video I did with the fish lure jump spitting out at me.
I forgot about that.
My boy Hector's like screaming at me, dude, you need to post that. What up, Brent Jackson? And it's just, pow. So I'm going to get our accolades out of the way. You can reach us in a couple different ways tonight. This is mine and Mike's 1 hour vacation. You can reach us at 262-345-7763. That's this number right here in front of my face. It's like right here. You can reach us at hashtag RROR, which is right here beside that number. You can also ask us questions straight directly to Facebook. You can actually straight to YouTube. And we can find it. You can ask us anywhere. We can find it. It's no matter how, no matter where, no matter what.
If we're not talking to you, it's not our fault.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And, of course, you can always call us live at 262-345-7763.
The best way, in my opinion.
Absolutely. We get to hear your pretty voice or an
Yeah.
old raspy hello.
Nothing better than real time.
So we did some fishing again this weekend. We went offshore with guess who?
Tyler
the man. Captain Tyler. Fired up charters. We caught some kingfish. Fishing was a little slow this weekend. Well, we caught fish. We missed a bunch of fish, actually. What?
What day was it?
Saturday.
Yeah.
It was Saturday.
Okay.
So woke up, went off Saturday, and got offshore.
Okay.
It was, I was in a little bit of a somber mood Saturday, and I want to give my boy a shout out. Not to bring the mood down, but I need to just say that I lost one of my absolute best friends that I hung around for what seems like an absolute 100 years. My buddy JJ, right there, the Gator man himself. This guy was literally my right-hand hunting, fishing, you name it, partner for the last 30 years. Lost him, and I'll tell you what, we all know he's in a better place. God bless your brother. I will always miss you, and I will always love you, and I'm going to hold it together. I don't care what anybody says. So I want to give him a shout-out. I love you, man. I know you're looking down on me, and you're going to be there every step of the way. I'll never forget you, dude. So, man, that was a tough one to beat through right there, Mike Coy.
No, that's it's been a somber week.
It has. So, it's kind of had me down. But I know that's just, that smile on his face that you see is absolutely the way he always was. It just didn't matter. There was just, if he was sick, he was happy. If he was sad, he was happy. If he was, man, you will be missed, brother. You're a huge piece of my life. So, moving on.
Cool. Yeah.
So I did go off fishing. We caught kingfish. Everybody caught fish. It's just one of those things. I'm happy once everybody's reeling in fish.
That's your happy spot, isn't it?
That's my happy
really
spot,
is.
man. When I see people reeling in fish. To tell you that I never grabbed the pole once. I made sure the fish was hooked, and I would set it off. And Captain Tyler really went out on a limb, and he just busted his tail like normal. And he's just one of those guys that just, I mean, he's not happy unless we're catching fish. And that's to me that makes a great captain. Now there's just those days where the fish just aren't biting, and it happens. And it's the old adage, what's the old adage? That's why they call it fishing and not catching. Tyler does everything in his power to help us catch fish. And, man, he exhausts all his resources. And that's why when I go on with Captain Tyler and Fired Up Charters, I give them the reins. So I basically say, man, you're out here every day. Who am I to tell you what fish we're going to fish for? Now, if you want a mahi, if you just said, man, I want a troll, I just want a mahi fish today, he'll take you out and mahi fish. He'll take you out there, and man, you'll just keep trolling all day long. He has no problem with that. But if you want to, trust in what Captain Tyler has to do or say, then I would suggest you say, Captain Tyler, I just want to catch fish, man. I want to be out here and have fun. And I'll tell you this. I got a trip this coming Saturday. Everything points out it's going to be a good trip. I have 4 open spots. Now, I'm not going to push real hard to fill them. I'll tell you this. I got a good friend of mine going. So far, it's just me and him. And you know what? If it ends with just me and him, I will be 100%, we're taking this trip out no matter what. In normal circumstances, I would cancel this trip because there's just not enough people on it. But I know we'll get a ton of people wanting to fish and all that good stuff. So I have 4 open spots. I had some people back out, and it's not a big deal. Uh-oh. I got some. Okay. And it is a big deal. I would love for someone to go. So if you're interested, hit us up. Let's take a look at, let's run through. We got Randy McCall. We got Tammy Peters, Marie McCall. We got Hollow Point. We got Brent Jackson. We got a ton of people. And what's cool now is I can watch people from both sides of the spectrum. So I've got people on YouTube, and I've got people absolutely over here on Facebook. So do me a favor, share it. If you're on YouTube, hit subscribe, man. That's kind of one of our things. So, Mike, I'm doing all the talking, man. I apologize. I just kind of
because you're good at it.
I just went on a ramble there.
That's good.
I just blurted out. I just want to get it all out of my system.
I like the fact that people are watching and listening.
So, hey, Heather, we got Heather Nicole up. We got, man, I'd like being able to see everybody now. I mean,
it's good.
It's so awesome that we can have that.
You're the host and the moderator.
All in one shot.
All in one shot.
I like this black shirt. It doesn't show my true.
Hey, do you hear that little bleeping?
I do hear the bleeping.
Do you want to know what that means?
What does that mean?
I don't know if we should be airing that, but that means somebody just tuned in.
Oh, I got you.
So we haven't fixed that for not to hear that. But when you hear that, that's a good sound.
I thought, yeah.
It doesn't mean the plane is crashing.
I thought it meant, 5 minutes.
Nope.
4 minutes.
Nope.
3 minutes, 2 minutes. So here's to everybody watching. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We've got a fun-filled show. I'd like to say fun-filled. We actually, what's cool is we saw Jimmy cooking earlier. And I'm going to hound Jimmy. I think it'd be cool. Mike and I were thinking if we did like I Catch You Cook show, and Jimmy has no clue about this, so if
he's just now wrapping up.
He's just not wrapping up. Email Dirty Jim at dirtygym@wtks.com.
Yeah, check this out. So you have an episode of Rodney Rogers Outdoors where Dirty Jim goes fishing with you.
Right.
To catch it. And then on the Primetime Cooking,
bloom,
you make an appearance on his show.
And we cook it. How cool would that be?
I love it.
We can do it with any fish. Heck, man, we can do it with offshore.
Oh, yeah, anything at all.
Yeah.
I'm sure you put it in front of him, he can cook it.
Absolutely. So I think that'd be really cool, man. I really think cool. So email Dirty Jim and shoot that at him. Tell him you heard it on the Rodney Rogers Outdoor Show.
Let's force the issue. Let's force the issue big time.
So Nicole says, Heather Nicole says, normally she has to watch it through YouTube. Like I can watch, now she can watch it here tonight too. That's right, Heather. We've got it now. You can see it.
Heather, I'd be interested in your preference or which one's easier. Because, yeah. I mean, that's good information. That's one of my favorite comments.
This is the feedback we were wanting.
It's the kind of stuff we need to know.
I hear music. I like the music, Mike.
Your music, because I think we got some top stories tonight.
Ooh,
if you want to dig in,
I do.
Let's see what we can do here.
Ooh, I like the jamming.
It's a mammer jammer, Rodney. Scallops, Rodney. Scallopers.
Oh, yeah.
Get ready. Get ready, scallopers, because there is more waters open for harvest starting July 1st.
July 1st. If you remember last week or week before last, we talked about it was only around the Dixie County and Steenahatchee and that area there.
I like the fact that you're paying attention to your own show.
I'm paying attention, man.
You're not only here, but you're listening.
So now we get to open it up. Now it opens up.
That's right.
Statewide, but you don't have these in the Keys. You don't have to worry about that. You're not getting scallops in the Keys.
Celebrate the 4th of July with bay scallop state waters from, I'm going to read this.
Please do.
Because FWC thinks it's important, and especially if you live in these areas, it's important. So let me make that map a little bit bigger, might help you a little bit. The scallop season, state waters from westernmost point of St. Vincent Island in Franklin County through the Pasco-Hernando County line will be open for scalloping starting July 1st, which is Saturday?
Saturday. Yes, yeah. I'm sorry. Yes, Saturday.
No, that's fine. I was calculating in my head. The
you
scallop
misjudged
season,
my paying attention is what you did.
The scallop. You thought sitting in the back of the class you wouldn't be noticed, didn't you?
I did, actually.
The scallop season in St. Joseph Bay and Gulf County will be July 25th through September 10th and includes all waters in St. Joseph Bay and those west of St. Vincent Island in Franklin County through the Mexico Beach Canal in Bay County. There's a lot of county words in here.
Yeah. So here's the easy thing. The easiest way is decide, 1, do you want to go scalloping? 2, decide where, and then look at the FWC website.
Yeah.
And make sure you're in the right spot.
Exactly. You want to read the limits, bag limits, and can you see? Oh, you got your glasses
yeah, I got
tonight.
my glasses on, man. 2 gallons in shell. Now, what that means is you're allowed 2 gallons of and I'm going to tell you what, if you're in those bays and you're coming in out of those creeks, the FWC and the Marine Patrol will be waiting right in there for you, and they'll randomly pull people over. If you're by yourself, guarantee you're going to get pulled over. 2 gallons. So if you got a 2-gallon jugs and that's full, you can fill that up twice, a gallon jug twice, with scallops still in the shell.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Now, out of the shell, you can have 1 pint of scallop meat per person. Now, it's 2 gallons per person or 1 pint of meat. I'll tell you what, go for the pint of meat. I guarantee you there's more scallops in there. That's my little hint.
That's the tip. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. So, with a maximum of 10 gallons per boat in the shell or half gallon bay scallops per meat in the vessel, because you can clean them out in the ocean.
Okay. So it's allowed.
Yeah, it's allowed. You can clean them out in the ocean, and
you're saying that is probably the better way to go?
In some cases. Okay. But remember, you're dumping guts out by your boat. Okay. Sharks love these scallop guts. Everything does. You'll get everything will come in and eat, man. So I wait till I get back. Maybe be collected by hand or with a landing or a dip net. You can't put a seine out there and seine up these things up off the grass.
Okay.
That would be the easiest way, but you cannot do it. Must be landed within the area that is open to harvest.
Perfect.
That's the area you just went over. No commercial harvest is allowed for bay scallops in the state of Florida at no point in time, ever, never, ever. That is what I like. Florida is listening. It's just, I was reading a study, and this will give you an example. 1 snook, 30 inches long, brings $3,000 a year revenue to the state of Florida. Did you know that?
Wow.
I was reading that.
That's quite a statistic.
1 snook. Now, that's catch and release through its lifetime.
Sure.
It may be caught a few times.
That's a really good point.
So, and then, it may be harvested, and then it may be not. I rarely harvest snook. I just love the catch and
you
release.
don't think of it in those terms.
Exactly.
Through the lifetime of that fish.
Right. So, when you commercial fish these things, now you're taking down the state's overall income, when you start commercializing and stuff.
There's a method
to the madness.
To all of this.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? So keep an eye on this, copy this, take a snapshot of it.
Yeah.
I'm getting the overwhelming consensus. Tyler Ray, how are you, buddy? Something about this setup I really like. Heather says camera angle is great. So everybody seems to like the Facebook Live. So obviously we got it going both places, so we're getting the double whammy. So far, the overwhelming census is Facebook.
Yeah, and that's great. And so far, we haven't charged them anymore.
No, exactly.
It's still the same down and dirty price.
So if we're not charging you, that means you got to send your blank check, to Rodney Rogers Outdoors.
You know how you really could help. You can give us jump into iTunes or Facebook or wherever you're watching and give a thumbs up, give a like, give a review.
Give a subscribe, give a share. Give something. That's our payment. How's that
truly
sound? So
lastly, you
Go
said
ahead.
no commercial. No, you said that. I was waiting for the.
Yeah, no commercials.
I love that one. Gag Grouper, Rodney.
Ooh.
Gag Grouper recreational harvest closing in 4-county Gulf region, but may reopen this fall. Watch your screens. I put some interesting facts up there just in case you didn't want to listen to this dialogue.
Throw them up there.
I thought about putting some playing puppies and kittens, but I figured facts on grouper might be better. Let's see. July 1st, Gag Grouper recreational harvest will close in state waters off the coast of Franklin, Wakulla, Jefferson, and Taylor counties July 1st, which is, I think, was established Saturday, with the last day being June 30th. That might not be your last opportunity to fish for Gag Grouper in state waters off these counties. FWC will meet July 10th in Orlando. Think about that, Rodney. To discuss potentially expanding the season.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
So basically what they're saying is that they're researching. I mean, this is a refish. They're researching. They want to give you the best opportunity, and they want to ensure that the species is growing,
Right.
managing wildlife for the benefit
I love it.
of humans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For animals and humans. So that's the FWC adage. I'm sorry, was you done?
No,
Okay,
I'm done anytime you start talking.
well, you put a fact up that I wanted to, a few minutes ago it tells you where to catch it. There's reefs, grassy flats, and all this stuff. And everybody always asks me, Rodney, how do you fish for X fish or this fish or that fish? The number one key to any fish I fish for is the first thing I do is look for what is its habitat. Where does this fish live?
Sure.
If you're coming to if an alien wants Rodney Rogers for supper, he's got to have my habitat. He's got to know that I live at 401 K Street. You know what I mean?
He does know that.
He does know that.
That's a good point, though.
So the key is, what's the habitat of the fish that you're fishing? Go find the habitat and fish for that fish, and there's a 99% success ratio. There really is.
Yeah.
I mean, it is just that simple. Pick the fish, find the habitat, go catch your fish.
Sure.
I mean, that's what it boils down to. And that's every fish out there. So, I mean, I wanted to point out that I like that you put up
That's good.
that habitat. And that handsome picture right there just says it all.
Please tell me that is a Gag Grouper.
That's a gag grouper.
Okay.
That is a small gag grouper, but it is a gag grouper.
Yeah, and one of the interesting facts that was scrolling through the screen was saying that the elderly, do they call them elderly
Yeah,
fish? The older fish
the older
are
fish.
deeper and deeper, or
Yes.
out farther and deeper.
That's exactly
where the
right.
younger ones are going to catch up.
A little bit
where
more
you're at
shallow.
here. So
and
this
I'll
is
tell you
proof
where
in
this
pudding.
is at. And we even have the GPS location. This is the train trussels in Boca Grande.
Oh,
So,
really?
I mean, and it gets about 15, 20 feet deep around the bottom of those trusses. So you throw a live bait in there, you're going to catch a lot of grouper.
Sure.
Now, most of them are small.
Yeah.
But there's a lot in there. It's a lot of fun. I mean, to me, that's fun. That's a blast, man. Those little things fight like a bulldog. I mean, it's amazing.
That is fun.
So,
So
yeah.
you're in your old trusty canoe there, too.
In a canoe.
Hey, Rodney, FWC is looking for help monitoring the fish kill.
This is important.
This is important. They need, if you're seeing fish kills, to report the fish kills. Here's some interesting contributing factors to fish kills. Allow me,
I dare
or
you.
allow you. I don't care.
How dare you? I'll take over and elaborate. How's that sound?
Please do.
I'm sorry. I mean, you'd like me to take it over.
Yeah,
I got you.
My bad. I'll
So,
take that one.
Factors contributing to fish kills. Now, this happens in fresh and salt water. Just so it's not isolated to any one water. So, sudden temperature fluctuations and extreme temperatures. It doesn't matter if it's cold or hot.
Yeah.
Fish don't adjust well. They don't adjust that fast. So when they say sudden temperatures, then, it could be heat or cold. Hot weather, warm weather holds less oxygen, and that's the key. Warm weather, hot water, literally the oxygen dissipates really fast, and that'll actually kill them. Lack of rain can lower water levels in lakes and ponds, which we just talked about that. Poor water quality, increased density of animals. So that means, you got twice as many animals in a smaller confined area
sure.
using more oxygen, eating most of the stuff, and that'll cause a fish kill. And faster use of dissolved oxygen. That's exactly what I just said there. Heavier rains suspend sediments in the water column by washing vegetation in the system and where they were decomposed. The decomposition process also can remove oxygen from water. And let me elaborate on that last one. The decomposition process can remove oxygen from water. So, when you fish in those areas, freshwater fish, and you see a mucky, high decomposition bottom, likelihood, keep moving. You can catch a fish there, and it is possible.
Interesting.
But keep moving. The likelihood is not as good as you get a sandy bottom. Remember, sandy bottom, a little more oxygen. You got some grass there, a little more oxygen. These are the things you look for when you're fishing. A lot of people just find a spot and they go to the lake. I need you to read that lake. I need you to take your mental tackle box and look at the water with your polar eyes and go, okay, I've got a mucky bottom. Move on. Go farther down the lake, one side or the other. Look for some kind of vegetation because it's making oxygen, where the decomposing, vegetation is not. Find a sandy bottom. That's even better than your mucky bottom. While it may look nice there, it may have tree limbs in there.
Sure.
It may have cover. But if the cover's dead and there's no vegetation, then the likelihood is a lot lower. I'm not saying you won't catch fish there. I'm just saying it's not as good. And you want to better your chances every little nuance
Stack the
that
cards
you can.
in your favor, right?
Absolutely. Stack them in your favor. Increase your odds. Move on down the bank. Find some vegetation. Find a sandy bottom. And go from there. So I just wanted to elaborate on that one a little bit.
No, that's good. And if you find any of these, you can report it at www.myfwc.com/fishkill.
Fiscal?
Or call 800-636-0511.
MyFWC. Just start punching that in your iPhone, and it will pull up the website automatically. I promise.
Yeah, and interesting, you can also submit a report through the FWC Reporter app on your iOS or Android mobile device. It is not necessary to report fish kills in man-made retention or private ponds.
Right. That's in your lake. That's in your neighborhood.
That's your problem.
That's your deal.
I mean, obviously, they're not managing those areas.
I'm sorry. We got a good question from David. David says, first of all, he loves the information. I appreciate it, David. David said, what about the use of fertilizers next to rivers? And that is a huge, huge problem. Remember the big fish kill we had in Merritt Island there? That whole stretch of the Indian River there and the Banana Rivers. All these, we went from, vacant land to putting houses on. We put fertilizer in the grass. When it rains, it washes into the lake and takes out all the nutrients of the water. So the grass can't grow. The oxygen depletes. It's just, so if you live on a waterway, man, literally look for an alternative way. If you care about your water at all. I mean, if it's a lake and or the ocean or fertilizer is the worst thing for it.
No, I'm assuming like the pesticides, you see a lot of these it's state, city, government spraying for bugs. Is that the same type of thing, or is that different?
When you say spraying for bugs, you mean like in the waters?
Well, like they'll drive through the neighborhoods and they'll spray for mosquitoes, and is that kind of stuff? Is that different from pesticides?
Well, I mean that is a pesticide, and I think it does.
Yeah.
Is it a huge contribution? I don't think so. But obviously, anything we release in the air has to settle on something, and when the rain hits, it's got to wash into a drain, and the drain runs to the water. I mean, it's a cycle.
That's a good question.
It's an absolutely cycle. Yes, Dave, you'd be absolutely correct. The use of fertilizers is probably one of the worst things you can do near any kind of river. It doesn't matter if it's fresh or salt water. It's definitely a bad deal.
Sure.
So.
Well, interesting. And I thank you. I mean, I've been watching the polls here, always looking for the title of the show, and I think we got episode 165. I've got a murky bottom. So, good job, Rodney. On
And you what?
they just surface up naturally.
You are absolutely brilliant with these titles, man. Absolutely brilliant. I love it. I cannot wait till we post. I've got a murky bottom. So.
That actually might be on your next album.
Yes, I got a murky bottom. It's definitely coming up on the next album. You know what? We need to play that at some point. I'd love to just replay that whole episode. You and Kim knocked a home run with that.
Well, we just need to bring that commercial back and show your.
There you go. Oh, there you go. Great idea. So, what you got next, man?
I don't know. You want to do some, let's say, how do you say, viewer mail?
I would love to do some viewer mail.
Let's do some viewer mail. I think I got some music for it.
You've got mail.
Letters. We get letters. We get stop. Whoa, yes. Wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Send me an email with all the details.
Another freaking email. Another freaking email song.
Mail time.
The mail's here.
Yeah, I'm a top flight, hold you tight, get you there by daylight, do you right overnight mail.
What do you think, man?
I think you're not afraid of that camera, are you? You just look right into it, and yeah.
We got it.
Yeah. Let's see. Arnie, is that Arnie? Annie.
Annie
S. Annie S. from Lake City, Florida says, I've heart. I think this might.
But you shouldn't eat tilapia because it's a dirty fish.
Yes, thank you. Any thoughts? Thanks, Rodney, for.
You know what? I've heard the same thing.
You've heard it,
I'm not making fun of our viewers, Mike. I'm not doing it. You can't make me do it. I thought she was going to say something about iHeartRadio or something. Sorry, Annie. But yes, no. You know what? Here's the deal. If I buy fish in a store, which is rare, but I do buy shrimp sometimes, and I do the same thing for shrimp. Look over the package. If it is farm raised, avoid it at all costs.
Really?
Farm raised tilapia are the worst tilapia for you.
Is that the type of thing where if you saw it firsthand, you'd never eat it again?
Exactly. Yeah. It's no different than somebody saying, or the pigs. Have you ever seen a pig?
Or the chicken.
Or
KFC
the chicken.
Or what,
yeah. And I'm sure. I don't eat tilapia at all, period, ever. I mean, I have, and I don't dislike it. It's a good fish.
Sure.
And a lot of people do, but I am not a tilapia eater. Tilapia is actually a tough fish to catch. You have to snag them, which is legal. You can spear them, which is legal. You can't use a spear gun, but you can use archery.
See, now in Wekiva, that's where we saw this tilapia.
Right, in Wekiva,
right?
Those huge giant tilapias. There's places there where you can and you cannot.
I think I could have talked them into jumping in
the boat. There were so many, and they were huge. Wekiva is where I would recommend you get your tilapia. That's where I'd get my tilapia if I was going. They're huge, crystal clear water. They're wild caught tilapia is what you want. But yeah, it is dirty fish when it is farm raised. So, great question, Annie.
Yes, it is.
I heart that you sent that.
Let's see. Louis D. from Gulfport, Louisiana. Rodney, hey, you want to read your own question on this one?
Okay, yeah, I'll do it. Rodney, please explain to what structure is and how to use it. That's actually that. Let me explain. Structure is anything in a body of water, and it doesn't matter if it's salt. It doesn't matter if it's fresh. It doesn't matter what body of water is a pond, a lake, the ocean, or the flats. Structure is where these fish hide. Now, when we talk about fish, we're talking predatory fish. We're talking trout. We're talking, sea trout. I'm going to talk Florida trout or Florida fish. Bass. The groupers and structure is key because picture this: a lion on the plains of Africa. If you've got a huge empty field out there and there's one tree, one little patch of bushes, that's structure. And those lions got nowhere else to hide but that structure. So when a gazelle comes running by, if he's just standing in an open field, they're going to avoid that lion. But they're more than likely to get pretty close to the structure. Well, that's your bait. Picture that. You got a lion in a bush or a bass in some grass or a tree limb. So structure is very important when it comes to fish. or if you're looking at it on your fish finder in the ocean, you see this hump drop, mark it on your depth finder, and say this is it. This is where I want to be. So structure is key in the fishing world. So there you have it. When you don't have structure, you're looking for bait fish. So yes, great question.
That is a great question. That's one of my best analogies, or my favorite analogies that I think I've ever heard you use.
The lions on the plain of
Yeah.
Africa. You know what? Kids can relate to that, and that's the best way to put it.
It's a great picture.
These are predators.
Yeah.
And no different than a lion.
Sure.
And without that, they got nothing. I got nothing.
Got nothing, Rodney. At FLGM82.
All right.
Hey, I'm Ferg.
Flurgan 82.
Flurg.
Flurgan.
Oh.
It's a Flusen Flurgan.
You know what I bet it is?
What's that? Florida Green 82.
Nope.
What?
Try again.
Flag Green 82.
Florida.
Florida.
You've seen the bumper stickers. You've seen them in the back of pickup trucks.
Flow.
Florida grown.
Florida grown 80. Oh,
Am I right? You think?
Am I right? Oh, yeah. Florida grown. Yes, sir.
Florida grown 82. Sorry, I love
Flow
the names
grown.
we get. I'm interested in one of your one of your offshore trips, but I'm afraid of being seasick. Any advice, Mr. Rogers?
Well, it's a little seasick among friends. Well, I'll give you a hug while you're out there puking. I'll hook you up. Here's the key. And this is what I tell everybody that go on the offshore trip. Put a patch on. You can get the patches, and you can buy Dramamine. So put a patch on the night before, and then get offshore. Here's the deal. If you do not do the patch or the Dramamine, and you know you're going to get seasick, you're going to get seasick. It's going to happen. You're ruining your time. It's not that you're ruining everybody else's time, because everybody else is going to fish. But if you go offshore with me, we don't turn around.
Well, even if you're not, take it.
Absolutely. That's what I tell everybody.
Yeah.
If you have a doubt, just take it. It's just Dramamine. You're not taking heroin.
Yeah, and I think the key is get it into your system. I've always been told get one in the night before into your system, then wake up the next morning and take the next one, and you're usually solid as a rock.
Right. Absolutely.
But the other thing is, now when you're out there, the piece if you start getting sick, they always look at the horizon, right?
Yeah, you know what?
Look at something in the distance. Is that valid?
Yeah, that's exactly right. There's a lot of remedies. Some people drink a beer, and it helps them settle down. The key is to get your mind off being. I can make myself seasick right now. I can put in my mind that I'm going to get seasick, and I can do it right here at this table, and I can vomit right onto this floor.
How long?
We ought to put that to test. But the key is that once it's in your mind,
Our ratings would either really go up or really go down.
You can and David, I'm gonna post the pictures tonight. It's just been, eat well the night before. Like David says, don't eat greasy foods the night before. Eat a decent meal. Don't fill yourself up, and put the patch on or take a Dramamine, and then take one the morning of. So you'll take a Dramamine before you go to bed, and you'll take one when you get up and you're headed over to the boat.
Get it into your system. Don't wait till that morning.
Yeah, once you get on the boat, you're done.
Yeah.
It's too late. Things have already started working.
You know what? I found that not the night before greasy,
Right.
but like fried chicken on the boat. Like if you start, it can be very.
Oh yeah.
The best fried chicken I've had is
On the boat.
on the boat.
Yeah, we've had some good fried chicken on the boat. Yeah, that's exactly right. And and out of 8 trips, this coming up will be our 9th trip, I believe. 7, 8, 9 trips. We've only had 2 people get seasick, and they were on the same boat.
Yeah.
Literally, not metaphorically, they're in the same boat, but they were on the same boat.
But then the other thing is, like, if you're concerned about it, don't let yourself psych. If you start getting sick, don't fight it. Get sick.
Yeah.
Get over the side of the boat.
Hell yeah.
You instantly feel better.
Man.
Don't let it be a concern. People do it all the time.
I'll promise you this, and I've been close. I have to tell you, I may have went out the night before on a couple trips ago.
Maybe.
I may have had a little wine.
Yeah.
A lot. That trip was rough. I mean, I almost. But I mean, I snapped out of it. I had a little something,
but throw that into the tip jar because
do
yourself a favor the night before.
Yeah.
Behave yourself.
Behave yourself.
Because that will That'll
Yeah.
affect your next day. For
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, it could happen. It could happen to me. I could go out 10,000 trips, and all of a sudden, poof, I get seasick.
You never know the way the waves are rocking and the gaps between the waves
If
and
you
all
got a
this
head
stuff.
cold,
Yeah.
sometimes it'll knock your equilibrium off. Sometimes
Yep.
it'll set you completely off.
Yep.
So, I would the fact that you're worried about it now, scratch it from your mind.
Yeah.
You're already starting your mental
That builds
roll.
up.
Yeah. And then you get
Take-
anxious, and
Take
then
a
next thing you
Dramamine
know,
the night before. Take one the morning of. Forget
Yeah.
about it. Go have a good time. If you get sick,
So-
you'll feel better instantly.
we've taken 8 trips out. We've taken 6 people on every trip. 6 times 8 is 48. We've had 2 people. 46 have went out safe. 2 people have gotten sick.
Yeah, and you're kind of you monitor that. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
the size of the waves does play a part. You've been
Right.
out on some of these trips that look like Lake Toho. I mean, it's
Yes.
flat as anything.
Yeah. We try to keep
Chances
that 2
of
to
getting
3
sick
foot
on
wave.
that is,
yeah.
is slim unless you're just really inclined to
Right.
getting seasick, which some people
Exactly.
are.
On average, it's 2 to 3 feet, and it's very nice. So
The patch is a good way to go, though.
patch is an absolutely
mean-
awesome way to go. McFly goes, my son Zachary's watching. Hey, Zachary, all the way from California. He's watching. Love you, buddy. So McFly is like, oh, dang. I won't say what he said, but he's like, oh, dang.
Hey, back to real quick, because we are getting a few comments on our Twitter feed. Todd says fertilizer, back to the fertilizer comment,
Yeah.
is not allowed to be applied per law. Also, mosquito stuff they spray now from the trucks
Yeah.
do not kill fish.
No, we know it don't kill fish.
I know, but I might have implied that maybe.
Oh, wow. Yeah, way
yeah,
to go,
that
Mike.
one's on me.
Yeah, that one's on you,
So-
Mike.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, good clarification,
Yeah.
Todd. Thank you.
No, what I was saying is all the stuff that we put in the system, from our insecticides to what we do at home to what, doesn't matter if you live inland or where you live, it affects the whole ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you're applying it to the air, it's going to settle on the grass, and it's going to rain and wash off into a drain. Drain's going to wash off into a lake, and over time it builds up, and that's how we get mercury in the lakes. The buildup of all these chemicals eventually builds up a mercury base. Now, mercury is natural in nature. So
Do we have the same concern with fresh water, with mercury and freshwater fish,
Absolutely.
as we do to
Absolutely.
the same level?
Same level.
Because I
Absolutely.
know you hear it a lot with tuna.
Yeah.
Cans of tuna, if you eat a lot
Well,
of tuna.
the adage is the older the fish, the more mercury it has, because obviously it's been in the water a lot
Makes
longer.
sense, sure.
You know what I mean? So, if you're, honestly, I mean, I've not heard of a mercury death ever. Now, could it contribute to other stuff? You know what? You want to live forever? You're in the wrong planet, brother.
Yeah.
You really are.
Which one would you recommend?
The sun. That's true. Mars. We're going to Mars. I can't wait. Our children's grandchildren get to go to Mars. Hopefully, if they ain't got fishing, I don't want to go. To me, you're already dead. You put me on Mars and there ain't no fish, this ain't gonna work. No, I'd be like, NASA, we got a problem. There are no fish. Over.
You've kind of taken a shine into this fishing thing, haven't you?
I have. I may have picked up some fishing stuff. So, but yeah, it's all in how much you eat.
Well, the ecosystem is an interesting thing because I don't think we look at it from that perspective enough.
Right.
Like
Oh,
even
yeah.
when we're talking about the fish kills and the temperature and the sudden changes of temperature, the temperature is a key factor
It
in that
is.
ttocosystem that you're talking
Both
about.
ways, cold
Yeah.
or hot.
Yeah.
We have fish that cannot withstand. You've got Michigan largemouth bass. The top of the lake freezes over. That means the bottom gets up to 30. 30.
Good point, yeah.
Right at 32 degrees. 33 degrees, whatever it is
Yeah.
underneath there. Don't quote me on it, because dadgummit, I don't fish on an ice
Yeah.
lake. But I know it's cold because the top's frozen. And it protects everything below that frozen layer. And you freeze up a half a lake, they're all conglomerate. That's like us having a drought.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If you take away half the water,
Well, it is. It's by volume.
Yeah.
You can't swim in half that.
Yeah.
The frozen part.
by volume, you take away half, you drill through.
Yeah.
Man, I would suspect you're going to catch a lot of fish. But they're being pushed closer to the bottom. In the same way, if we have a drought here, and I don't even know where I was going with it. I had a point here.
Well, the
Mike.
temperature. I mean,
Oh,
talking about-
and the temperatures, play a large factor. So, because peacock bass cannot live in Central Florida. I mean, this far north, we're only talking
That's interesting.
60 miles. They can't live up
Interesting.
here because the water, the temperatures that our water gets in the wintertime doesn't get as cold as it does in South Florida. So they die. Same way with the bullseye snakehead. They can't live this far up. Will they adapt to it? Who knows? But general consensus is they cannot. My stepdad got mercury poisoning. Did not look to be fun. Okay, so what's up, Donnie? So Ryan's stepdad got mercury poison. So that adage, I've never heard of anyone. Poof, we got one.
Great.
Appreciate it, Ryan. You
Yeah,
you brought us to the next. Just froze on my end. Happening to anyone else? No, I've got both video feeds up. It might be they're working great over here.
Probably
so
your neighbors.
yeah, your neighbors might be stealing your internet, Heather. Just tell them to get off your internet. Get off my internet. So, but yeah, I mean that's kind of the general census. They say pregnant women shouldn't eat fish because of mercury. A lot of fish.
Right. And that makes sense because even a small trace of some of those minerals can affect a newborn.
And
or
a
an
woman's
infant.
body's complicated
Yeah.
enough. You don't want nothing going awry there. So, I'm trying to see if we got.
Woman and complicated is redundant, isn't it?
Don't get us in trouble. Don't get us kicked. Don't have them knocking on the door trying to stab us. So anyway, having said that, we're gonna be chasing the other two bass. I've got two bass left to catch. So
Break it down. Which one you?
I've got the
have you caught-
Swanee.
okay, you've got the Swanee.
I've got to catch the
You've got-
Swanee,
Okay.
and I got to catch the shoal. So there's two left.
So you got to head north.
So you and I have plans coming up.
Yep.
So guess what we're doing?
Okay, we're going north.
We're going north.
Okay.
And while we go north, we're going to be up there with Tony Young.
Going to Tallahassee.
So we're going to go. It'll be during the weekend. So I'm
Okay.
hoping he's playing at some point in time. So you and I are going north in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So we're just going to do a north run.
I love it.
And that's going to be what we do. We're going to load up the boat. We're going to hit the Swanee River. We're going to do some Swanee, and we can punch right out the river. We can scallop while we're out there.
Swanee and shoals. You guys better head for high ground or low
High
ground, whatever it
We're
is.
coming. We're coming. So I know you and I had planned the weekend, the 8th,
Yeah.
to go out and do some stuff. And I said, okay, you know what? I know what Mike and I are doing.
Going north.
We're playing it
It's my favorite
by
weekends.
ear. That's
Yeah.
how we do. So
you've caught what now?
I've caught the spotted bass,
Spotted,
and I've caught the largemouth.
of course.
So on my research, it appears that we only got 4 of the 5 bass. So you know how I was pounding, we
Right,
got 5. Hector and I was looking at it, and there's technically only 4 here. It's the shoal.
Because the peacock doesn't count in this
The
particular.
peacock doesn't count in this
Okay.
particular case. So we have the largemouth, the spotted, the shoal, and the Swanee.
Okay.
So that's what we have. So, and that's what we're going to go chase.
Okay.
So you and I are going to catch those last 2 bass. I've already nailed down with your brilliant map that you
Use the map. Look at the habitats.
look at the habitats.
I mean, those facts that were being posted
Yeah.
straight off of FWC's
FWC's website.
You look for the fish you want to look, habitats, tips, and what they are.
Yeah, we're not going to do anything special. We're going to follow that and see
Yeah.
what happens.
If they don't know,
And we're going to knock on. Lynn says ginger snaps supposedly help avoid seasickness, although I believe much of it is state of mind. Yes, I agree.
ginger snaps, really.
Yeah, I spent 25 days crossing the Atlantic Ocean on a 45-foot sailboat and did not get sick. No patches so yeah,
Just on ginger snaps alone.
or drink ginger snaps. I'm going to make a dozen gingerbread men.
Well, I don't know how much ginger is actually in ginger snaps, but I
Right.
believe ginger is settling to the stomach.
Yeah, they say ginger, like ginger ale
Yeah.
and just ginger.
ginger and
Yeah.
general.
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 Gingers in general.
In general.
So we've just talked the show away. That's okay. We'll do it.
I love ginger snaps.
I eat the snot out of some ginger snaps. But so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go catch some North Florida bass.
Okay.
And like I said, when we go out the Swanee there, we can hit the Gulf because where we put in is right at the Gulf. So who knows? If it's calm enough, we might can go out there and flip a scallop in the boat.
Where does the Swanee? Does it have to be the Swanee River, or can you catch?
Yeah, right now the Swanee bass are up the Swanee River.
You get bonus points for catching the Swanee in the Swanee River, though, right?
Yes, you get like double. Yeah, the Swanee's only in the Swanee River.
I would actually like us to stand on the Swanee, catch a Swanee bass,
While
and us singing.
Way up on the Swan.
Save it.
Save it, yeah.
Until you catch the
Don't
bass.
oh, yeah, gotcha.
Jinx
Okay.
it. What's wrong with you?
Lord knows we don't want to do. Is there? Sorry about it.
already
There's the
started.
shoal bass
See?
is actually in the Shoal River up in Tallahassee.
Okay, and what song do you sing with
I was
that?
gonna say what. We're going to have to make up a shoal song.
Okay.
I sure want to catch one of these fish. See what I'm saying?
I saw you a mile down the road.
Did
I
you see
saw
it
you
coming?
driving.
Oh man,
That's good.
I had the
Stay
headlights.
tuned
on,
for that
too.
nonsense.
There's another song on their new album. I sure want to catch a fish.
So you're going out last time.
So I think, and I'm going to say here, we got 4 spots open on this coming Saturday trip. And I'll tell you what, I've got to pay for the boat.
July 1st.
Normally I would cancel it right here because we've only got one confirmed. I haven't pushed it. I haven't. So I mean, the fact is, I'm going on this boat.
Okay.
I'm getting on this boat, Mike. So I'm going to have to pay for the boat regardless. So maybe I'll pick a couple random people to go with us. Or if the boat don't fill up and I've got a couple empty spots, I've got to pay for the boat anyway. So maybe I'll pick a couple people. So I'll tell you what, let's say we got 2 spots full. That's for the free I might give away. And then we got 2 spots open. So how's that?
Stay close to you on Facebook. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, stay
Might come up with
close.
something.
Stay close on Facebook. And if I pick you and you're available Saturday, send us a message saying, hey, I'm available Saturday. Or even right here on Facebook, just, hey, available, and I'll go through and see who's available, and maybe I'll pick from that group. I mean, I've got, we got 10 or 12 people here. Share it. Hey, Sherry, how are you? Share it up on Facebook, and don't say, hey, Siri. Sherry sounds like, hey, Siri. So it's Siri came up. So maybe we'll do that. So one way or the other, somebody will be, we're going fishing come Saturday.
I think everybody should turn up their microphones or their speakers on their TVs real quick or whatever you're listening to it on.
Yeah.
Hey, Siri, subscribe me to Rodney Rogers Outdoors.
Nice.
Hey, Alexa.
Oh, there you go.
Alexa, Echo.
Just do them all. Poof. I see us moving here. Is that something you're doing?
What,
Or-
moving?
Yeah. We just. Oh, it just said just subscribed. How does that happen? Available 27/7. I'm available Saturday. Going to fish for smallmouth of walleye. I want a smallmouth. So, John Hunt. I'd love to go. I'm available to go Saturday. John Hunt. Okay. So I've got 3 available Saturday. So just keep posting if you're available Saturday, and I'll pick some guys. How's that sound?
Sure.
So I'll pick a couple to go. And of course, if you want to buy a spot, we've got 2. I'll save 2 spots for somebody wanting to go. I know nobody's going to buy the spot thinking they're going to get to go.
That's a
It might
huge
have been
gamble.
a bad.
Because
Yeah,
rumor on the streets, this is the last one of the summer. So
I'll tell you this: the last trip filled up so full. Our buddy Dave says, "Hey man, I'm bringing another." I'm like, "Oh man, you got the last spot."
hey, let me shout this out as well because I was combing through the Rodney Rogers website, looking at the photos. We've got on the photo albums got Catch of the Day, which is basically different creatures you've caught. And then we have friends, and that's all the people we fished with or people who've submitted pictures.
Right.
We got a lot of pictures on there,
Right.
but not enough.
Okay.
So I want to do a shout out just especially if you've been on these trips with Rodney on the Fired Up Charters,
Absolutely.
throw them up on Facebook.
And tag us on it.
Yeah, tag us on it wherever you want. I use that as stuff I can pull and put on the
Can you
website.
hashtag and we look it up?
Sure,
Hashtag all fired up or something?
sure.
Yeah, do hashtag fired up if you fished with us
Perfect.
and you got some
You
fired
can
up
watch
pictures.
that. Yeah.
And we'll grab it. What's the time frame you guys are heading out there? We leave at 6:30 in the morning from Port Canaveral. I'll tell you what, Heather. if you want to go, I'll say one of those spots will be yours. How's that? If you want to go, Heather, 6:30, we get back around 4. So, well, that's one of those spots are yours. If you want to message me, I'll send you the details. It'd be awesome to have you. I may see if Jimmy will go.
Still,
spot.
that'd be good.
Yeah.
Still blows my mind that that we're here where we can interact live with people worldwide.
Oh, absolutely. All over
this
the world.
whole thing just blows my mind.
Yeah. And you know what? I got it, man, again, and I'm going to shout it out to you, is, dude, you've got us all over the web. You've got our website. I get compliments all the time on our website.
Thank you, Ronnie.
When people go to it, and I get compliments on our show, our video. And I said it, I watched our show from last week, and the video was crisp. The colors are nice. We're not redhead face. Our faces aren't glowing red. Man, you really, I got to give it to you, man. You really hit it out of the park.
Thanks,
so
my friend.
I just got to give you those kudos. Mike, and I'm going to ask you your opinion, and I know you would be in. I want to underwater metal detect. How does that sound?
It sounds fun.
It does sound fun, don't it?
There's something
I want to
childish is not the word, but that takes you back to the days of that adventure of.
Well, I've subscribed to so many underwater metal detecting
Really?
guys, and dude, they got dive gear. They're finding gold.
Oh yeah.
Everything, man, they're finding some cool stuff. I want to be part of that. I want to do that.
That'd be a fun Saturday out.
I think it would be awesome. Throw on. They stay down. With 3 or 4 tanks. They're in only 15 feet of water.
Yeah, you got a whole day there.
Yeah, they can run 4 tanks
Sure.
out.
Yeah.
In 15 feet along beaches, and they're finding gold chains, necklaces. I mean, you just. I'm thinking, man, I'm this close.
I've heard people who do that have never bought another lure in their life.
I believe that because
Yeah.
when we went to Sebastian, that's
Yeah.
one of the things I want to do. So I want to go to Sebastian. I want to do a cleanup again, but I want to go down there and get lead weights. So many that stuff's getting, dude. You used to buy a lead weight for a nickel.
Yeah.
50 cents
They're
was
down
expensive for a bag of them.
Yeah.
Bro, they're $5 a pop now for a 5-ounce weight. That's $1 an ounce. An ounce. That stuff you used to get. $10 would buy you a truckload of lead.
Yeah.
Now it's just so daggone expensive. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, if there's any of your viewers or listeners that are into that stuff, shout it out because it'd be a good connection to lead the way.
Yeah, it's and it'd be, I think it'd be absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
So, Randy said he just got an underwater metal detector. It's good for 200 feet down. That's the one I want. That's the metal detector I want. I'm telling you. That's it.
Hey, look, I found a ship.
Yeah. Hey, my God, where'd you find a boat, sir? It was at 200 feet. I've got me a new boat.
Mine.
Yeah, mine. So, metal detecting would be fun. I see them do it all over the place. Just, man, I'm glued to those guys. You know what? I could go to the end. I could just zip to the end and see what they got. But it's just so fun watching them wink, and then they dig up and they wave, and I'm like, oh, man, yeah. That's my kind of stuff right there.
That's boyhood adventures right there. Every wave of that wand.
And just think of the outdoors you could do with that
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, man, that's going to be my next investment is that metal detector. And, of course, my dive gear. That's going to be a big investment. So it'd be like a $5,000 investment, but I could turn that around in my favor. You know what I'm saying?
If anybody can do it, you can do it.
I can find some gold. I can find some treasures. We can go up the treasure coast and just find some treasures. So if you're into metal detecting, hit me up. Let's see.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're always up for some advice. So,
well, Rodney, we're about running out of time, but before we go,
let me have it. What you got? Oh yeah, absolutely.
I thought it'd be appropriate if Bob's Butt Wipe sponsored episode 165. I've got a mucky bottom. Thought this was a good.
That's exactly
tie-in.
right.
So Bob, where you at?
Bob, there you are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you got us both. Yeah. So this I've got a mucky bottom sponsored by Bob's Butt Wipes. There you have it. Actually, you know what? This is not a joke. A lot of people think this is
Neither
not
is
a
my
joke.
mucky bottom, Rodney.
I keep these in my truck. When you're in the outdoors as much as I am, you got to be ready at a moment's notice. I mean, you have got to be ready.
Put those right there for me.
So they're right here. And you know, because he's got the bidets.
Yeah.
He's got the Bob's butt wipes, and then he's got the children's version, right? What's
The Tickle Me Elmo ones.
this? Yeah. We
I
go.
want credit for that one.
Yeah. Yeah. So check out Bob's butt wipes. You can find them on our website, and you know they're disposable. I mean, they're biodegradable.
Yeah.
I mean these. Yeah. Well, they're. It's like unscented.
Why would you
all
not
natural?
have one of those in your trunk or in your glove box?
Well, yeah, exactly. And these are unscented. So if you're a hunter, you're not putting fragrance on your tush there.
He's thought of everything.
He has actually. He's coming out with some mosquito repellent. So anyway, Mike, we are out of time. There goes our 1 hour vacation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's always good, man.
It's always awesome to hang out. We got the. I keep saying it. We got the Trace Gnarly Barley. We're gonna do an episode there. So I keep saying I'm gonna say it until we do it. We just got to do it.
Maybe we make a goal by the weekend to actually set a date.
Set a date. Let's do that. We need to do it while your weekends aren't busy too. So
Game on.
absolutely. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We love having you with us. We love when you watch us. And as my mama said 18 million times, and I pray I get to say it a third as much. You kids get outside and stay.